just open the show like that, dude.
Did you not start the camera?
It started.
It has started. All right. Well, all right. Welcome to Chat It Up, you wonderful folks. Happy Monday. As we're recording this on Sunday, because podcast secrets, you have to record the day before. So, boys, we had an awesome weekend.
Yes, sir.
Oh my God, yeah.
And I hope our boy Greg is having a wonderful weekend in Florida.
Yeah.
So let's give it up 3 clap for him. Hey. but the main event now is we got to give it up for our wonderful lady, Miss Cherie Johnson.
Miss Cherie Johnson. Love that.
Gosh.
She was awesome, man. She was a hoot.
The best.
Perfect.
The best. Love her.
Those people that give you great things and then also are that down to earth and that sweet and kind. This lady gave us 3 tickets, center court, and they were her backups.
Yeah, that was her backups.
Yeah. But like, tell the people like how close we were. Like, it was like you could see Cal right there.
Yeah.
Oh, I could smell him. He was heated. Just cooking, baby.
You got some good footage of him yesterday.
Oh yeah, I got a footage of him of getting his tech.
That's right. That's right.
And we'll get that posted.
Yeah,
His
we'll chop it up.
His wonderful shirt that looked like a wallpaper that from like the 1970s.
Yeah.
That jacket was hideous, but I'll give him that. Also, Mox women's basketball go 20 straight in the SoCon. Saw that from our boys from ESPN Radio. 3 claps. SoCon champs. Mox women's basketball. Oh man,
Going to the big dance, right?
Going to the big dance again.
Back to back.
Yeah. David Pascal saw a tweet from him that they've won. They're 20-0, obviously in their last 20 in the SoCon tournament. That's incredible.
Listen, Sean Poppy. That's all we got to say, man.
Sean Poppy popping off.
Poppy and off.
He's poppying off.
That sounds that. I don't
No,
know.
I like mine better. Just alliteration.
Yeah, just pop off. Yeah,
It's
I
like
like
a Drake
Big
song.
fan.
Poppy's home.
Yeah.
You know he's champagne Poppy right now in that locker room.
Oh yeah, dude.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
That was lovely. That was lovely.
That was wonderful, my friends.
Yum.
Yeah, and then the last one. Despite the loss. What's the stat, GT? Don't connect.
The last time a Tennessee Vol basketball player for the men's scored 40 points in a game was in 1990 by Mr.
Allen Houston.
And
G-Man.
Dalton Connect just did it last night.
That was so impressive. 3 clap one time, boys.
Love that.
Yeah. So we'll get into that because that's where we started. That's where we ended the day yesterday because I don't think any of us did jack crap after we got back.
No.
Oh, no.
No.
Toast for the
We watched Yellowstone for hours.
Oh, you run it back.
Yeah.
I like
I'm
that.
on season 4 now.
Nice.
That's a great season.
That's a good season.
That's a real good
It
season.
popped off with like people getting popped off. A lot of guns.
Yeah.
A lot of popping today, man.
Lot of popping.
Stay poppy.
Sean Poppy, one time, baby. Yeah, yesterday Dalton Connect went nuts. Kentucky also, as a team, went nuts. You cannot guard those threes when they're shooting like that, man. I was so impressed by Reed Shepherd yesterday.
Dude, he was the man.
You
In
remember
person?
that step back?
Oh, dude, how cold was that?
Like for him, like we looked at each other because we were just like, bro, like we just saw ankles go this way, but he went that butter.
And that not runner, but like that fast break 3
Yeah.
that he just ran up on, like those are hard, man. Like he's got a lot of momentum going that, and it was just so smooth, man. That dude, I mean, he honestly is what kept them in the game.
Yeah, and Dalton did all he could, man. That was a very frustrating performance outside of him. I know Z tried late in the game, but that's a little bit too late for them. I couldn't believe how poorly the rest of the team shot.
I've seen bad guys in movies shoot better than the Vols shot last night.
Exactly. Exactly. What happened, Miggy? Like, where was Triple J? Even Adu? Like, it was a piss poor performance.
We just have to say it. They had a bad day at the office, and I'm happy that it happened right now. This was the perfect time for this to happen because you're showing the world that, hey, we probably have the best, if not a top 3 player in college basketball right now.
Mm-hmm.
But then also it's like, all right, guys, like it can't get worse than this. Kentucky had their best shooting performance probably of the back half of the season, right?
Yeah.
Lost by 4. You lost by 4. And nobody made anything. There's nothing made. So I consider it, hey, let's go ahead and run the table. We got our loss out the way. We're not losing again for the rest of the season until we hold up a title.
As close as we are to the 1 seed, do you still feel like that's an okay loss?
Absolutely, because the 1 to 2 seed differential, it's not too big,
Yeah.
Maybe the round of 32 and Sweet 16 is a little bit of difference, but not enough. And if you got the right team, I mean, I would rather get the loss out of the way. I'm with Miggy on that, man. Let's just get it out of the way. Do decent in the tournament. You don't even have to win the tournament. If you just get to the semifinals, you're going to put yourself in a position to be the 1 seed. But if you get 2, that's fine.
Yeah, I don't remember what the numbers are. I'm sure we can all look it up. Hey, can you look that up real quick? Wonderful Joseph over there. I'm sorry. Yeah, man, that daggum cable. I want to get his handsome face. We were so close yet so far away for getting that man his webcam back up and rolling. But anyways, just what's the differential between 1 seed and 2 seeds make it the Final Four? I don't think it's crazy. I think you're right. I don't think it's wild. I mean, it's a percentage. Like, you just got an easier path. That's why the 1 seed is the 1 seed. Now, what I did think about this morning, shout out to my boy JJ and Craig, was talking about how close now UNC is.
Yeah.
They looked really good.
And they have the head-to-head. So now the Arizona having a terrible loss last night.
Arizona, we talked about this.
Yeah.
We knew this was coming.
We knew it was coming. And then also USC's hot garbage, but somehow when they need to step up, they just take out the top 5 team. I don't know how that happens. They're terrible, but
LeBron was in the building.
Oh,
he was in the building.
They knew. Okay.
They brought the juice, man. Yeah, they were ready for it.
Okay. I got you. Yeah. I saw that this morning and I was like, that makes me start to think, because I feel like the Houston, Purdue, UConns, those 3 are pretty locked in, especially with Purdue winning outright again today against Wisconsin. I was like, now it's a competition who makes it farther in their respective tournaments.
Yes.
Because I think let me try to remember this correctly. I think if LSU wins or Mississippi State wins, I can't remember whoever it is, whoever wins that game could turn into another quad 1 win.
Yeah.
And we all love it's quad 1, quad 3 season, baby. We're going to all act like we've been just doing math for years. But Tennessee essentially has a chance to get 3 quad 1 wins, where Carolina's only going to get 2.
Yeah.
See, but I think Tennessee drops for Monday morning. I think Tennessee drops to just a 5, honestly. And they're in the position. I think UNC does jump to the 1 seed.
So you think they'll flip to 4? Tennessee
they'll flip from 7 to 4 because Tennessee, Arizona, and Iowa State lost. Arizona and Iowa State lost to an unranked teams.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Tennessee at least, ranked 15. I don't think Kentucky's going to jump them. I just think they're just going to drop 1 on that because it was such a close game.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
And they played horrible and only lost by 4.
Yeah.
So I think that the committee is going to give a little bit of an eye test on that one.
That should be it. I mean, Carolina looked so good last night.
Good.
I did the whole thing. There's a couple of these pages. If you just search for like shortened game clips, the efficiency people have on the YouTubes now, where they can condense a game into like 8 minutes, and you catch everything you need to catch. I'm like, thank you, video editor people that are so dadgum freaking good at your jobs. Because I get caught up because we were on our way back. We're in that Knoxville traffic, boys. How bad was that?
Man, wheeling and dealing, shaking and baking. We had to do what we had to do, fellas.
What was the theme of the road trip? Losers get lost, brother.
Losers
get lost. We were cutting all kinds of people off, man.
That is not a quote from Mark Twain. That is Garrett Tolley.
Garrett Tolley, ladies and gentlemen.
I was really proud of you yesterday. Me and GT were like, I think we need to go around. You shot yesterday around the line. We would not have made it by game time. Shout out to Malcolm Harris driving. Let's give him a little 3 clap one time.
I appreciate y'all boys. Mama, that's for you now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We had enough time to get a pee and a beer in, and that was perfect.
Listen.
And see tip off because of Malcolm Harris.
And we got that Shree hug in beforehand.
Yeah.
Yes, it was the perfect timing.
It
Just
really did.
the hoop was played at a high level yesterday.
Yeah, it's about the drink gal giving you a little BS.
Yeah, she gave me some shit on that, man.
Yeah. What was that?
I don't know. I was literally buying the beer for everybody. And it was a $50 ticket, and I get it. And she just turned around and, opens the can, and I get it, man. I get it. But when I gave her a tip, she was like, oh, man. I was like, I gave her $1. I mean, that's 33 cents a click, man. $1.
Yeah.
But see,
And she gave you crap about getting a light beer.
and she gave you shit about giving a light beer. Yes.
Yeah. I don't love that.
Not a fan.
No.
We're not anybody today, but you never know who you're talking to now.
Yeah. But it makes me, I was thinking about that this morning. I was like, I can't believe she said that to me. I was walking around my house. But they.
Sorry, bro. You thought he gets a couple episodes of Rip in there, and he's like, I'm gonna go kick down her door, watches Yellowstone for a couple nights.
Oh yeah, dude, that was John Dutton that whole day, man. But I mean, think about it. How many times that's a weird thing now? It's like they flip the iPad and they say tip. Like, what's the right amount of tip for the cat? Like for that position?
Yeah, if you're gonna charge it, what was the ratios? What $45?
Yeah.
That's a lot. $15 a beer. Come on now.
I'm not, but I didn't think that it's not like you're my waiter or waitress and you're serving me the whole time. You dissed me to my face and you did nothing but just open the beers.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
I thought $1 was good.
I'm thinking about the volume as well, because that stadium's packed.
Yes.
So they're getting money,
Yeah, you're getting money.
getting to it.
Especially that crowd.
Come on.
Saturday at a Kentucky game. Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on.
She made plenty.
Yeah, there's that fellow that was sitting down next to us. I'm sure he tipped her well.
Oh, that guy? He was hammered.
That boy was probably down at that beer line a few too many times.
Bro, I know he walked out there thinking we won.
Go dog,
Man, we came hell out there, boys.
He sure did. He sure did.
Yeah, I need to be a wildcat, and that's exactly what he thought. He was throwing his butt out the
He took a little nap at the 8-minute timeout last night. Yeah, he had a good day. He had a real good day. I watching Dalton again. I know there are spurts that he goes through. Last night, that 8-point run that he had by himself in the second half was one of the coldest moments I've ever seen in person. I've not really, I was kind of thinking back, I got to watch Steph his last year at Davidson come to UTC and cook. But that was I think he only scored 27, 28. And it was cool to watch, but it wasn't what I watched last night. I've not really seen a sick performance before. I don't know if you guys have, but that was the best performance of any sport that I've ever watched, individual player wise.
I mean, the only thing that rivals it for me, because you don't see a lot of in person 40-point games.
No.
But I did see Brittany Griner drop 50 at Baylor.
Oh yeah.
So that was cool, but she was obviously it's like watching Michael Jordan. I mean, she was just too good for everybody else. But that was he was fighting for those buckets and he was balling.
Yeah.
I saw Julio go for 300. I was at that game.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
It was high up there, but your boy was in the house. Yeah.
You weren't section 106 row 3.
I didn't have Miss Cherie back in the day.
No, dude. No.
But I saw Julio go for 300. That was probably the best performance. But yeah, yesterday was unreal. It was 1A. I've never seen somebody hoop like that in real time. He easily could have dropped 50 if things would have bounced a different way.
Yeah, and especially he gets the isolations on Reed Shepherd, who's honestly one of the best one-on-one defenders, if not the best one-on-one perimeter defender in the league.
Yeah.
And he took him on that sweep move, and I was like, too easy.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about probably, like I said, just the best defender in college basketball at some points. And he just gets a little swoop, goes by him, and then does that little, we call that a dunk or a drop in.
Little
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was kind of like Aaron Gordon. He just kind of threw it in there. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't a dunk, though.
But it was nasty.
It was so
He
nice.
was so good last night, man.
He just had no help, man.
But then he shot it. He kind of shot us out of it at the end.
At what point do you not? I mean, no one else is doing anything else. It's
I really thought Triple J was going to hit that last 30.
I literally was just over here sitting thinking, I'm like, man, I don't want to just crap on anybody, but Josiah Jordan James, that was your moment. You know what I'm saying?
senior day.
Senior day, like just let it. It was awful, but I'm hopeful that that's going to propel him through the rest of the tournament and the NCAA tournament as well.
I think you're right, Mig. It's hard to do what Chase described as like, going with the women's mocks team, like just going 20 in a row.
Yeah.
It's just hard. They're what, at 15 in a row?
Yes.
Give me a loss right now before all this like win or go home pressure gets added to it.
Yep.
Because they're pissed about that game.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Vescovy was the one that really frustrated me yesterday. There are things like he'll do on the defensive end or he'll make a play.
Mhm.
And I just didn't see any of that. At least with Triple J, you saw some, he was a leading rebounder yesterday. I
Yeah,
believe.
he had some rebounds last night.
Yeah, he went up with double-digit rebounds, and he made some big plays. But dude, Vescovy's night last night was atrocious,
For
man.
sure.
And I know it's hard. It's got to be really hard going from option number one to now. I think Z's really gone through, and he's established himself as by far number two. And then Adu's 2, 3. Dalton is so far number one, it's not even close. It's probably hard to fall off in that tier system, and I just don't know why he can't at least find a shot. And because he's been this guy in situations before in these previous teams, I guess it's just hard to come back from that.
Yeah.
And I don't know where to go, but he really has to step up. And Triple J's another one. Like, what's the stat? I think we're like 16-1 or something like that when he scores 8+ points, just 8+.
8.
That's it
4 baskets, brother.
for a 5th or 6th year senior.
Come on, like you got to do it. You got to just hope now is the time. And again, I'm happy the loss happened because it's going to put things in words are hard. Put things into perspective. But hopefully he gets it. And Adu's not off the hook for yesterday, by the way, fellas.
No.
We saw him blow at least 6 layups.
Yeah, like second chance opportunities.
Yeah.
He did not. That's what you need, man. If you're gonna get the offensive rebound and you're putting it back up, you gotta make it back.
Got to make it. And I do want to give Kentucky some credit. Like we talked about at halftime, every drive in the first half, Tennessee went in, there was a shot blocker there.
Mhm.
They knew when to help. You could definitely tell they timed out. All right, we know Dalton's going to hit that little floater. We know Adu's coming in with the left hand. 4Z's 5'8". Not much you can do about that, big dog. Can't teach height. We love you, brother. Appreciate you. But yeah, they really got them out in a tough spot. And when you feel like you can't get to the rim, you could tell we don't have any other options. Thank goodness they had that huge run from Dalton. And then I think Z hit a 3, and then Triple J hit one of his 2 threes. And we're like, all right, we're back in this. Maybe you can turn it around. But we just never could get rolling because every time we'd cut it to 5 or cut it to 4, I feel like they hit every Dillingham or freaking Reed Shepherd, that cold bastard.
Dude, he was so cold. But that's the thing.
Kept getting them back into it.
Because we were looking up because we were so close, right?
You know
we
what
were,
I'm saying?
yeah, I was looking up at the Jumbotron, and it was like 20. Like, they had guys, multiple guys in double digits. And they played like a team. I mean, they deserved to win that game.
Yeah.
They deserve, from a defensive effort. Honestly, it's amazing that as good as they played offensively, that, like I said, we only lost by 4.
Yeah.
That's the big takeaway for me. But Kentucky, they deserve a lot of credit for that game.
Oh, heck yeah. I mean, let's see. They had 1, 2, 3, 4 guys in double figures last night. That's
2 guys with over
and 2 guys were over 20 something. Yeah.
2 guys with 27.
Yeah.
So basically, they were in triple figures.
Yeah.
I guess triple double figures. I don't know how you say that.
And they really shot. I mean, they shot. Good gosh, I didn't realize it was this good. 15 to 29 from 3.
Yeah,
You're not gonna win anything.
Well, we saw that, man. I think we added up. It was like 150 shots taken that game, or something crazy like that.
Yeah.
There was no defense.
Oh wow, this is another part of it. I forgot. Like this is the difference. Tennessee shot 74 times last night. Kentucky only shot 59 times.
Wow.
Yeah, and you still get beat.
That's insane.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I did not know that, bro.
Yeah, I was looking at the. Well,
we turned them over 16 times, and we only turned it over 7 times. That's how that differential happened.
So we
the
just
offensive
shot
rebounds we're up 4. We just shot like crap.
poorly.
like bad guys in a movie shoot better than Tennessee last night.
So let me ask y'all something. As the SEC tournament, starting to get kicked up, do you think that Tennessee makes it to the finals, or are we going to see a Kentucky or a Florida, or like who is on your radar as, hey, I do not want to see them right now?
The do not want to see them right now team for me.
Yeah.
I really think coming back against Arkansas yesterday gave Alabama a little life.
Mm-hmm.
Because they can fill it up, man. If you can score anywhere, you can score in Nashville. That's going to be really tough. They're gonna be able to shoot the lights out, and if they use that momentum offensively in the second half from Arkansas and keep rolling scoring wise, they're just so tough. That's I know it's not that far off. They're the number 2 seed, but I'm just saying that's gonna be really tough. Then Ole Miss is pretty talented. Florida can just beat the hell out of you on the offensive rebounds.
Yep.
So, but Alabama would be one of those if they keep that momentum rolling from the second half and then the OT. They're gonna be tough, brother. Y'all.
Give me 2 teams. One is weird. I know they're not quality, but they always seem to play like the NBA Finals against Tennessee. We just pieced them up the other day, but Texas A&M, they are weird.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They love to just hang around and just make a weird moment happen. So give me them, and then as well as a game we should have lost. I was in Charlotte watching this, the Auburn game. Do not want to see Bruce Pearl again.
I would not want to see Auburn. That was mine.
Yeah.
I don't want to see Auburn.
Nuts. Just not trying to have that happen. They can defend. Dalton was really flustered. A lot of that game still went off, but like it was a hard 25 plus points,
Mm-hmm.
So give me those.
And those are the teams that are going to probably play harder than what Tennessee will. I don't see Tennessee wanting. Do you see them really wanting to go in and win this whole entire tournament? Like they have they know they're going to get a good seed.
Yeah.
That's all that they really care about at this point. But these other teams are just like, all right, we really are playing for seeding at this point. I feel like they're going to play harder during this tournament.
I think now that the 1 seed is up for grabs.
You think so?
Yeah, I think they're going to play out of their minds.
Okay.
And that loss yesterday, like people are upset in that locker room.
That is a funny scenario too, because it changes your whole perception. I think if they would have won yesterday, I would honestly probably bet on Tennessee losing the semifinals or earlier. I would have been like, okay, yeah, they're just gonna sit this one out. Like losing that game now, you're like, wow, they need to really, if they want a 1 seed. And I think this team's a little bit different as far as like the competitive nature goes. Like,
I agree.
hey, we're really in it. Like the last 2 years, you're like, well, if we can get to 55 points tonight, it'd be nice.
Yeah.
And now you can get at the 80s pretty easily.
Yeah.
Man, I think they're gonna have. I think you've made a good point, Miggy. I think they're gonna want to get that 1, and they're gonna have to, because I think Carolina's gonna get to the championship too. And if that's who your competition is, sorry Arizona, you're probably out.
Yeah, they're out for sure.
Yeah.
They're out. So now you're kind of battling out against Carolina, and you kind of need to be just a little bit better because they got the head-to-head. So
it's going to be a good March.
It's going to be a great March.
I mean, if you just think about just the top 4, I mean, UConn, Purdue, I'm going to say North Carolina, and even if who's the last one? I'm missing them. Houston, different parts of the country, very different games, like different styles of play.
Absolutely.
I really don't know who's going to win the whole thing. There's nothing that just gives me a gut instinct here.
Because I still don't feel like good about Purdue. Do you guys?
No.
I just don't feel like that translates. I mean, Edie's unbelievable, but they've had him for the last 2 years. Like what have they done?
If he gets in foul trouble, like it's done with.
You don't think that these little ticky-tack teams are not going to do that to him? They're going to be taking it right to his chest.
Yeah, every play. You have to show me you're the best player in the country right now.
Yeah. Good luck. Lawyer Malloy, or whatever his name is. Fletcher Lawyer, whatever. One of those lacrosse player names. He's good. I got some players, but without Edie, it is a humongous difference. Houston, that's another one.
Big guards.
Some days you're like, really? Really?
Mm-hmm.
And then other days you're like, oh yeah, really?
Yeah. They got big guards.
They're big.
Yeah. Like
they're so physical.
Like juicy big guards.
Like so physical.
Thickies. Let's see. I'm trying to think. Like I was trying to find this. I found this graphic the other day talking about like, have y'all seen the guy? Oh, I can't remember his name. Anyways, he does a good job of breaking down like there's certain stats in these graphs of like you have to be this efficient at scoring, this efficient.
Oh yeah, and it has like it's a big grid.
Yeah, it's the giant grid, and it's got each individual like team in there, and there's only a few, and it's like Tennessee, it's Purdue, it's Houston, it's your typical 1 seed, it's Carolina. I actually think Duke's in there, and there was a couple other like randoms that were in there, like it's not, but I'm just saying like somebody like a BYU. And so those formulas, it's like everybody that's won a championship and made it to a Final Four has been in this said grid area.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
So those guys, like there's going to be a couple of these teams from, I mean, heck, before I came up here, I was watching the last few minutes of the Indiana State Drake game. Like, those are two teams that could win a first or second round and take out some lowly team, like Baylor or something. Yeah.
Wait, we lost yesterday with Texas Tech, man. I mean, you're right. I just, again, it's such a crapshoot.
It's such a crapshoot, but I do look at it very objectively from the point of this has been a weird year. Like you guys lost at Texas Tech again.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's going on the road as a ranked team has been a disaster this year.
Mm-hmm.
Why? I don't know. I don't know what's changed. I don't know if home court's just getting back to its moment, but that is a humongous jump from the last 50 years. Like I think it's been a huge, like I think it was last year it was around 30% win percentage for unranked opponents to beat away ranked opponents.
It's not uncommon now at all.
No, but now it's over 55%. Like it's gotten even worse as the year's gone on.
Well,
like
I think the disbursement of talent is better.
Yeah.
I don't think that like these non-ranked teams have bad talent. I think that players are just in general better across the board. A lot of it's branding, man. I think rankings come down to branding in a lot of ways too.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, let's be honest. Like Duke, Carolina, they're going to keep that as a top 10 matchup this week.
Yeah.
Either one of them at times could have fallen out, but they're going to keep that high. Same with Kentucky. Like they're going to keep them inside the top 20 for this Tennessee game.
Like Kansas State, that's a team I'd say don't sleep on in the March Madness.
They always come ready to play though. Always,
dude. Their coach is baller.
Yeah,
he gets you so hyped.
Yeah, and then you have your Creightons, you have your Marquettes.
I was gonna say Marquette's in there. But they gotta. I don't know. They're not consistent. I want them to be so much better than what they are, and they're just not.
Yeah, when they get Tyler back, though, we're talking about Player of the Year candidate there.
Yeah, for sure.
They're another one. There's so much there, and there's also so many good coaches now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So many good coaches at kind of smaller teams. I mean, like realistically, until the last couple of years, we don't pay attention to Houston that much until they get a new coach. Marquette gets Shaka. Like these teams are starting to really build up more of a program than we expected. Or Marquette's making a little rally back. I know they kind of dipped there for a minute, but these teams are going to be special and they're going to be really hard to beat. But I don't know if we're going to get the dispersity like we did last year of these lower seeds making bigger runs. Maybe San Diego.
We never
State.
know. I mean, who guessed what? Peter's Peacocks? St. Peter's Peacocks?
St. Peter's. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Like 2 years ago? It was St. Patty's Day. And I was at a nice little Irish pub watching them take down a team, and like they went far. Like, and there was just some random guy on the team who was just balling. You have no idea who's going to be just randomly balling for a couple days, a couple weeks.
America's team.
FAU last year?
FAU.
Yeah, there's always
Final Four.
we're not even talking about like these like little smaller schools.
You just never know.
You just never know. So again, I've been wrong every year. I've done a bracket.
Have you guys won many bracket challenges?
Never.
I've gotten the Final Four once, and that was back when UCLA was a 1 seed with Ohio State, like back in like the Coven Love. Greg Oden year. That was the like before like there was technologies. Like me and my dad went down and we just wrote it on a piece of paper. That was the only time I got the Final Four right.
That's solid though.
Yeah, that was the only time the 1 seed won the whole thing, or like was all in the Final Four, and I picked them all.
Yeah, it was what was that, Georgetown? No,
I just remember Kevin Love and Oden. That was it.
Okay, yeah, I went to that Final Four in Atlanta.
Yeah, it was in Atlanta.
Yeah, we were in the bleeders, dog.
Yeah.
We were talking about that 300-yard game. That's probably
What year was
But
that?
we in the house.
That's right, baby.
What year was that? 2011? No, 2000 and
7, 8.
why did I say 2011? 7.
Because you sometimes we do that thing we talked about yesterday. Where we're like, we're not that much old. Oh yeah, we are,
Yeah, it goes quick, man.
dude. Yeah, we're yesterday thinking about it. I've been almost 11 years out of college now.
I'm coming up on 10 years. Bro, like
What year did you graduate, Joseph?
College or high school?
College.
I graduated college late. I
Did you?
graduated in 2018. Yeah.
Did you run it back?
Oh yeah.
Love
yeah.
it.
Yeah. When you change majors 5 times, it pushes you back.
Dang,
Yeah.
5?
Yeah.
A 5 spot?
I ended up at my last major. I was sitting in the office with my advisor, and he's like, "How you feel?" I was like, "Man, I don't like what I'm doing." He goes, "You can't change." I was like, "Why?" He goes, "You'll be here for 8 years if you change again." I was like, "Okay." That's how I ended up with a marketing degree.
All right. What'd you start? What'd you start with?
What I start with, nursing.
All right, 2.
2 was So I started with physical therapy. 2nd was nursing. 3rd was public relations. 4th was undeclared. 5th was marketing.
Whoa.
Yeah.
wow.
Did y'all change majors?
I did.
I did too.
I did too. I walked out of pre-med because I was like, I'm not smart.
I was pre-med too. That's why I went to Baylor. I was pre-med, and then I did religion, communications, and I was like, it's the one. I don't know what the heck I want to do. I know I need to figure out money, finance.
Okay. See, I just did business marketing. I was like, that seems fun. And I wasn't smart. So that was a big part of it.
He's all looks, no brains, baby. That's why I'm glad he has hand in his life. Help make decisions.
Exactly.
I was a business major until that accounting 200. Miss Anderson.
Oof.
Listen, if you went to UT, if you know, you know. Man, I took a test and they thought I was absent. Y'all, I made a 6 on the test out of 100. I said, I'll see y'all boys.
I took a test. They thought I was absent.
I'll see y'all boys, man.
So the whole day.
got a minor, and yeah, we became a journalist that day, fellas. Wasn't even like I graduated with a degree in finesse. Let's just call it.
Hey man,
we made it out. It's journalism, electronic media, business minor, but yeah, they thought I was absent, and I was like, nah, I actually attended. I would have had a better chance just filling in stuff.
You made a 6?
Yeah, and when you're looking at the thing and you're like, man, I done put B too many times. Let me change this C real quick.
Bro, I think if you just would have kept it B, you could get more than a 6.
You got like a 33 or something.
Bro,
Yeah.
LeBron James, Miami Heat 6 on my paper. Yeah.
I love that for you, man.
Hey, my mom did not. Out here embarrassing me.
Yeah, that's definitely,
Yeah.
that's one I wouldn't call back.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for kids nowadays. The fact that all this stuff's online for homework. Like my parents would have looked at that and been like, hey, get that assignment done. And been like, for the 12th time, no, not yet. Going to. It's due Monday. All right, I'll get it done Saturday night or Sunday.
No, dude, these kids ain't doing their homework. ChatGPT's doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, they're locking it up hard now.
ChatGPT's like,
No, they're locking that.
for the
yeah.
for like
They've got something
publications and
else.
things.
They're finding some algorithms that algorithm that
It's all algorithms.
it's
Yeah.
all algorithms versus algorithms. Welcome to war now.
AI versus AI.
Yeah,
Who's
I want to see like a duel. I want to see like like a student AI versus a teacher AI. We just kind of like fight it out.
Oh, dude, that'd be incredible.
Yeah.
Depending. Some students might get away with some stuff, but majority of the time, professors would probably win.
Yeah. So if you're not a technology major now or anything to do with computers, you're out. You need that to win your classes.
It's getting rough.
It's getting real rough out
Yeah.
here in these
Oh, yeah.
streets.
Yeah.
I watch it every day as a man in college.
I guess you do. You are in university systems.
Academia.
Yeah.
The academia.
They let me back. They're like, this guy coming back to a college, giving advice to young professionals. Yep.
What's the worst that could happen?
What's the worst that could happen?
Mickey can show up on campus and teach accounting.
Yeah.
Here's how to get a 6.
Yeah.
You can be just like me.
I'm more of a do as I say, not as I do kind of guy.
Yeah, big time. Big time.
You know, it's always my dad too. He always talked about that. He's like, as he's, cracking open his fourth beer of the day, and he's like, don't do this, son.
It'll be fine.
Yeah. Hey, this bar we're about to go to while you're 6 years old, you shouldn't do that. But we're going to go up there and meet
Teach
your
you real
uncles.
world skills.
Yeah. We show you how to play pool, but not at this bar. You shouldn't come here. Yeah. So, anyways, I don't even know where we want to go back
I was
to
gonna
for
say,
SEC tournament.
You went to a lot of bars, is what you said?
We grew up in the Southern gentleman type family, so I went to Hooters for my 4th birthday.
Nice.
Yep.
I mean, who doesn't love Hooters though?
You know
Yeah.
who has a lot of money for Hooters? Baker Mayfield with a new contract.
Ooh.
Straight cash, homie.
That
How much,
transition was
Miggy?
crazy. 3-year, 100 million, 50 million guaranteed.
Is that closed?
That's done. I mean, Adam Schefter put it out there, so I consider it closed.
Yeah.
How do we feel overall?
Good for Bake, man.
I never thought Baker Mayfield would sign a, was it a 9-figure deal?
Yeah.
9-figure deal. I know
This late.
yeah, because he's been in the league since 2017.
He was the
17?
2017 first overall quarterback.
God, 17.
He is no longer considered a bust in my eyes. Officially.
No.
That conversation is put to bed.
No. But is any real guy who goes to the Browns considered a bust?
Yes.
Okay. Well, there you go. That's why we're
Most, yeah.
here. I just feel like you're starting like with your shoestrings tied.
Untied?
And no, tied.
Like,
Like they're tied together.
Tied together.
Like they're tied together.
Oh my
Like you're starting, like they say, hey, all right, all the draft picks go. We're gonna run a race. But like if you're on the Browns, hey, we're gonna tie your shoes and your hands behind your back, and you got to go same speed as everyone else.
just waddle.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially back then. That was
You know what I mean?
That was bad Browns.
I mean,
That
if
was
you,
real bad Browns.
if you reckon up watching 0 minutes of film, though, how much are you doing to yourself? Even if you're on the Browns,
I mean,
like
I don't
come on, Johnny.
think Johnny Manziel was a bust. I don't think he was ever taken seriously to be an NFL quarterback. I don't think anybody ever said this guy is going to become the next great thing. I think he ended up being who everyone thought he was going to be.
Yeah. I wondered too, like, if I would like to know if we could go back and ask seriously how many GMs were like, yeah, I'm gonna draft Johnny. Or if they were just trying to play the game and they knew somebody like, I don't know, the Browns were drafted.
So saying,
Like how many GMs were serious about drafting him early?
2.
Two?
I think. Dallas probably
would
would
have
have
been
taken
one.
a flyer, but like not
Yeah,
that
that's
early.
True. Yeah,
And then-
not in the first round.
And then Cleveland was dumb enough to do it.
Golly bum, man. Yeah, his interview was tough too. I know what he's trying to do, but man, he's tough. All 3 years, 100 million. That's
for
good
him,
for
man.
Baker.
Good for him. I'm never gonna count another man's pockets, man.
Did y'all worry whenever he didn't get the tag? Did y'all think he might go somewhere else, or did you think it was pretty signed, sealed, delivered for going back to Tampa?
he succeeded so well there last year, and he's got didn't Mike Evans come back?
Yep.
2 years,
Yeah.
55 mil.
Yeah, 2 years, 55.
Mhm.
He came back. I mean, like the Bucks saw, they saw some light in the tunnel there. I think they're just trying to keep it together.
They can win again.
I don't
Go ahead.
I don't think they're shooting for like Super Bowls with Baker. Like they're not trying to pull like a Patrick Mahomes, but stability's nice.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if you can, you win a playoff game, maybe 2 playoff games, that's better than recycling.
You
on
still
draft
get
pick.
money
Yeah,
from winning these
Yeah,
games.
It's better
Yeah.
than taking a shot on some draft pick or a trade for somebody that's not really much better than Baker and ending up the same as if you would have just kept Baker.
Yeah.
Locker room likes
great
him.
point.
1,000%.
Do you think sorry, Miggy, but like if the NFC South was better, this wouldn't seem as great, I guess, to be honest. Like, because I think it's a really good move for them because they can win the South not easily. I think it's always gonna be tough. Like the Saints, the Falcons are gonna beat you up, and you know that division's pretty mediocre.
It's bad.
It's bad.
It's
okay.
bad.
Okay. I was trying to be nice.
It's
for you.
bad.
It's bad. And they should win unless you guys do get Kirk or unless you guys do get maybe Fields. I don't know. I don't know about Fields somewhere else either.
I mean, I still want Justin Fields, but just for like a third rounder, like the value's not there that I think Chicago's wanting. That's why he's still kind of held hostage. He's going to be moved in the next 7 days, though.
Yeah, because somebody made a good point. Todd McShay talked about this. Now, with the free agency market and the trade market, Fields is in a very tough spot because he's in between these two markets that kind of push him to this a lower tier because you're like, well, at first, before Russ got cut, before Kirk's looking around, it was kind of just Justin Fields. Now he's fighting against more competition and different avenues and these draft picks, and he's kind of put himself in a bad spot, or the Bears have put him in a bad spot, I should say. Yeah. Because why would you want to be there? They want to draft Caleb. Caleb doesn't want to be there. Chicago is in a crappy spot. I just don't know how Justin gets out of this in the right manner, and then also advantageous for Chicago because I think you're right. It's going to be at least a third rounder. I mean, Mac Jones got for a 6th rounder today.
6th round pick for Mac Jones. And I still think there's something left in the tank. I saw this comparison. Jacksonville just got their Nick Foles today. Right?
You think so?
No.
I think so, bro.
No.
Mac Jones ain't bad.
I think they got a Andy Dalton.
I think they got
Mac Jones.
Yeah, they got Mac Jones. They got one of us, basically.
You don't like Mac?
I don't like Mac. I don't think he has. Maybe he can get it because he's going back home.
Yeah.
Is that where he's from?
He's from that area.
From Jacksonville.
Okay.
Yeah, he's from that area. So maybe it gives him a little change of scenery. What I saw, man, he is kind of not broken, but he's just a very unconfident man. And that's hard to come back from the NFL.
Yeah. And plus, if he's in Jacksonville, he's probably got some buddies there, some family there. I mean, I don't think he can be all that serious about it, to be honest.
Because you're going to have a Trevor injury.
Which is very likely to happen, given that offensive line situation.
True.
Like, that is insurance that yes, love it. Let's have a backup just in case because we want to compete. Because they could win the AFC South. They could.
Yeah. I mean, now you're looking at it's Houston, you, and I guess Indy.
I think the Titans are on the outside looking in, but you'll be there.
Maybe.
Houston's legit, man.
I love Houston.
CJ's the man.
Houston's about to be nice, bro.
Yeah.
Overall talent, Jacksonville should be it. Now, I think they're losing some free agents, if I remember correctly. I think this might be one of those years they're going to be losing some fellas.
Yeah.
Because they've already lost Calvin, which, say what you want. I mean, he didn't just dominate the whole year. He wasn't previous Calvin, but he's had some really big games for them. And defensively, they're dicey. But you still have Trevor. I still believe Trevor is really good. I don't think he's tier 1. Don't even know if tier 2. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know where y'all put Trevor.
I'm kind of he's not a bust, guys.
He's definitely not a bust.
Not a bust.
He ain't been there long enough.
But like, I expected him to be like what we consider Joe Burrow right now. Like the rival for Mahomes. That's what his projection was coming out of Clemson. Like Trevor was that guy his entire life. I mean, rewrote the record books where we're from in Georgia. There's not a football record book without Trevor Lawrence's name in it. So it's just like, you are you the guy or not, man?
It's so hard to put that, like, to do that though, because he's on the Jacksonville Jaguars. I mean, like, I'm telling you, like the QB position, like, I don't blame Caleb Williams for saying, like, I don't want to go to Chicago. You're about to mess up my entire career.
Yeah.
I only got a handful of years in me. Like, I want to go to somewhere that's actually going to, like, put the right pieces around. Quarterback, you have to win it to get it to a Super Bowl, but you got to have someone to throw to, someone to block for you. You got to have someone to do a lot of other things. The right guy calling the right plays. It's so different than, like, a basketball where it's like, all right, let's go ball. It's not the same thing, I don't think.
Yeah, one guy can make such a huge difference in basketball comparatively. I mean, I understand the quarterback position is so valuable, but if you're on a bad team, you can still be bad. I think that's another thing for Trevor is when that team has been bad, when they put pieces around him, he's been pretty incredible.
Yeah,
I mean, he's got that playoff game, that comeback.
Mm-hmm.
The worst first half. Those 4 picks were tough, but then he goes with 4 touchdowns. So your boy can play. And like you mentioned, it's Jacksonville. There are times that organization, you're like, how did that team not do well? How did you not win this last year? That was my big one. It's like, how did you not win? You're by far, player by player, the most talented team in the AFC South.
for sure.
And you didn't win. And shout out to CJ. Shout out to Miko. Like, that was an awesome run, but that's a botch by Jacksonville.
Yeah.
That I won't understand. I don't understand. Sad news this afternoon was Fletcher Cox retired, boys. 2 Philly greats now gone.
That team's going to take a step back. You know, like, what do you, Joseph, what's up, man?
Joseph gave us that look.
Dude, so there's I'm not saying the Eagles are going to make a run, but I think they're going to be better than they were last year.
Yeah.
I think most of their issues were schematic. I'm not sitting here also defending Jalen Hurts either. I don't
Okay.
think he's been great. I don't think he's been terrible. I think most of their struggles from last year weren't his fault. I think schematically the Eagles were a mess.
Mm-hmm.
There's a and I wish I could remember all the stats off the top of my head, but there's a YouTube video. I don't know if you guys have ever watched Brett Coleman, maybe his last name.
Mm-hmm.
He made a video. It's called "The Eagles Run a High School Offense." It's incredible about how their run scheme set up and how that affected their downfield pass game and what it put on Jalen and how much they emphasized, well, let's just get in short yards and just do the tush push. And if that didn't work, what are we going to do now? I think a lot of their issues stemmed schematically. Yes, Fletcher Cox is a huge loss, but I think between Jalen Carter and I don't mean for my biases to come out.
Yeah.
Between Jalen Carter
sure?
and Jordan Davis, you're not going to fill that hole by no means. You're not. At Fletcher Cox, that's a huge loss. I'm not saying they're going to step in, but
it's more of a leadership thing. That's all that was.
Yeah, you're losing a veteran, and that you can't replace a veteran with rookies. Well, I know they're not rookies, but early in the league guys.
Yeah.
But as far as ceiling goes, I think Jalen's ceiling is Jalen Carter's ceiling is incredible.
It could be past Fletcher, and that's disrespect.
I don't want to say that before, because I want to see him 5 years in, 7 years in, because Fletcher played what 13 12 years.
Yep.
So I want to see him deep in the league, how he holds up, how his body holds up, being the guy. Because last year he was just kind of like, well, Fletcher's out, Jalen's in.
Yeah,
and of course they were on the field at the same time sometimes, but now it's like, Jalen, you're the guy. Jordan, you're the guy. One of you's got to be the guy. So,
I will be interested to see, to go back to your Hurts point. Now you lost your 2 leaders on both sides in your interior.
Yeah.
You lost Jason Kelsey and you lost Fletcher Cox.
Yeah.
As a big point to Philly last year was it did seem like there was a lack of leadership. Where does that go now? It's your time, Jalen. It's your time, buddy.
Yeah.
It's not going to be with number 11. I'm getting A.J. Brown out of there, y'all. I'm sorry.
You think so?
Yeah, I'm trading him this offseason.
Who are you trying to get to replace him?
I'm trading him to Kansas City for L'Jarius Sneed in a first-round pick. See if Kansas City bites on it.
That's actually not a bad.
I do not want to give them A.J. Brown.
Why not?
Because it's Kansas City.
It has not worked. The Titans honestly made a good move. And we look at that trade every day like, oh my gosh, like whatever goes off for 150.
Speak for yourself, buddy. I watch this offense every week. Speak for yourself.
Nah, I'm getting rid of it because Devontae Smith is going to warrant some money. Right? And this wide receiver draft is so deep, you can replace it. Get you like a Mike Thomas or something.
Yeah, you could get somebody late.
Have they already? I know they were expected to release.
They're going to at the start of the league year.
Start of the season.
A lot going on, man.
A lot going on, man. I'll be interested to see what happens for the rest of the off season, because today was a lot of fun. Like getting the Mac Jones stuff, Fletcher, Baker. That's a pretty big day.
Yeah.
Pretty big day for your old Sunday.
Yeah.
Shefty was on the Twitter wire today.
Yeah.
On a Sunday in March.
Uh-huh. All right, you got something for us.
I do. Are we going down? Like, or how do you want to play this? You want me to get into it or?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. All right. So this is a game, right? I'm just going straight into it. You sure?
I don't even know what you're talking about, so just do it.
All right. Let's go.
Just jump into it.
All right. So, fellas, I used to play this game on an old show of mine, and I love it. So let's do 5 total because we're going to wrap this up very quickly. All right. This man's birthday is today. All right. He is a bona fide NBA power forward. All right. And whoever can get this first, you're the winner. So you just holler it out and I'll say who won it. All right. Was drafted in 2012, first overall. Has been with 2 NBA franchises and only has 1 championship.
Anthony Davis.
Ring,
Yeah.
ring, ring. AD was the answer there. Congratulations.
That's quick.
buddy.
Yeah, good for you.
You were on that.
Boys.
All right. This one's a funny one. He was born in the city that we were just in 24 hours ago. He gained fame as a creator, producer, and an MTV stunt showman.
Johnny Knoxville.
Yes, sir. Congratulations.
Touche.
1-1, baby.
All right. This man is a longtime actor known for his roles such as in the films Get Rich or Die Trying, Crash, and Hustle and Flow.
Oh, dadgummit.
He was even shining in the 2015 series on Fox as Mr. Lucius Lyon.
Bro, what is his name?
He was also in one of my favorite feature films
It's
of all
not
time
Hector.
called Four Brothers.
I know you're. I can't think of his name.
Oh, y'all are disappointing me so
Yeah,
bad.
I'm
Joseph, any guesses,
No,
brother?
dude,
It's not Hector something, right?
All right. We throwing in the towel?
Yeah.
His name is Terrence Howard, guys.
Terrence Howard. Dude, he's
Yeah.
actually really smart, by the way. He actually teaches phisics classes.
You know what I was doing too? I was like,
I see Hector. I was thinking
Terrence
that.
Howard. Didn't Terrence Howard take over, or he was Iron Man's?
He got replaced in Iron Man.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what it was.
He
Yeah,
was
that's what it
roadie
was.
at
Yeah, he was
first.
roadie at first. Then Don Cheadle was like, "I got it, boys. I got that move."
Terrence Howard. I knew-
Terrence Howard. I'm disappointed, fella.
Bro,
I
I
know.
really watch
I
him.
can see the
I
face.
watch
So
him.
this-
I've watched
You'd
him
thrown out
teach
Iron Man, I got
physics
you.
on
Ah.
TikTok. I know because
I watched Crash not too long. I think over Christmas break, actually.
It's a great movie.
Great movie.
One of the best. Like I love
Great
just sitting and
movie.
watch. I might watch that when I get home.
There you go.
All right, this guy is known as the People's Champ.
The Rock.
You're wrong.
Oh, got me. Mount.
You're wrong. Well, you're right, but you're wrong.
Okay.
He is a rapper from Houston, Texas, and he is known for his infamous grill.
No.
Paul Wall.
What it do, baby? It's your Iceman Paul Wall. Yes,
Got it.
sir.
I got it. See, man, I knew these. I know my Texas rappers.
You know your Texas rappers. You do. Surprised on the playlist yesterday was Malcolm Harris.
I mean, I was just taken aback.
Big the plug, man.
Shout out.
A birthday that happened yesterday that is just we would be remiss if we didn't say it. This guy is probably the biggest entertainer in all of the world. All of the world. He is known for collaborations with J Balvin, Cardi B, MIA, and Drake. His real name is Benito Antonio Martinez Ocasio.
I'm talking about Bad Bunny.
I'm talking about Bad Bunny.
Bunny.
You are going crazy.
Let's go, man.
All right.
GT, baby.
And the final one, he was also yesterday, but this is a great one. All right. He is a martial arts star of TV's Walker, Texas Ranger.
Chuck Norris, baby.
Yes.
Oh, he got it, baby. That was quick.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
That was fun, man.
That is the birthday game with
That's
your
the
boy,
birthday game. I love
Cool, I like
that.
that.
Malcolm
I like
Miggy Harris, man. So be on the lookout for more birthdays with us. It's awesome.
I'm down for that game.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, I appreciate it,
That
fellas.
was a good one.
Appreciate it. Creativity.
Yeah.
Get that MC game up. You know what I'm saying?
By the way, we're not going to make the announcement right now,
No. We're going to wait.
but there's some stuff coming.
Big stuff coming.
Like
dude.
huge. Like we are really excited about what the next week and a half is about to be like. Like, fellas, this is life changing.
I'm stoked, man. I'm stoked. And they don't even know what we're talking about yet.
Yeah.
No, but big events coming, man.
Listen,
A month in, chat it up. Already out there.
we're balling. Speaking of balling, Lonzo Ball has reportedly been cleared for light basketball activities to resume.
That's too bad for us.
Oh my God, y'all are not gonna do my boy like this. Do we not like Lonzo, man? Y'all are tripping.
I'm indifferent.
Okay. He's out.
Yeah, I mean,
He's a
Y'all-
really solid role player somewhere.
Okay.
LaMelo Ball is kind of like, it's just like his time. This is his time right now.
Yeah, but LaMelo
He
stinks.
kind of stinks.
I
as
know.
well.
That's what I'm saying. But like,
good stats, bad team.
the
guy.
Ball family is only relevant because of the Pops.
Yeah.
And he put their names out there, and they were on arguably probably the greatest high school team of all time. That Encino Hills. Is it Encino Hills? Chino Hills.
Chino Hills. Oh yeah.
Chino Hills. They were ballers, bro.
Yeah.
They
For
were
sure.
good. They were really good. Now this Monteverdi team is nasty with your future Dookie.
Oh yeah. Dude, Duke's about to go off, man. They got him and then Miggy. What's the other guy's name?
Bro,
From
I'm
Nigeria.
about to find it.
Is it Nigeria? It's definitely.
I'm about to.
He's like 7'4". This guy walked to play basketball.
Kyman Malik.
He walked an hour a day to go play
Yep,
basketball.
He's a 7'2" center from the NBA Academy, Africa and Senegal.
Senegal.
He has committed to Duke. Duke is winning something.
If you have not watched his highlights, he is a man with like wanting to play with a vengeance.
7'1", 250.
Yeah, he picked him
At
over
18.
over Kentucky, Kansas, and UCLA.
They're gonna be massive, dude.
Yeah.
Cooper's gonna grow another inch or two. He'll be about 6'10". Isaiah Evans that's coming in is another 5-star they've got. Stud. He's a 6'6" guard. I mean, whatever you want to call them, wings. They're gonna be really this freshman class they're coming in next year is gonna be nasty, dude. I don't think it's not quite the Zion Reddish Barrett one, but it's really good. And they're gonna be monstrous. You want to talk about swallowing you up with size? They got you.
That's it, dude. Duke's gonna be. I mean, you're gonna hate it, but I'm gonna love it.
Yeah. But I'll take the Sweep City Carolina over Duke this year.
Yeah,
That's your boy, man.
yeah. Oof.
That's a shot right at you. You just gonna let that ride?
I'm just wait till next year, man. We'll sweep it back, and we'll do it again, man.
Yeah, it felt good to win the outright ACC championship last night on a quiet Duke floor.
Listen, I haven't really been keeping up with Duke lately because I don't know. Like I said, Filipowski really put a sour taste in my mouth the entire season, and he's good and he's a 5-star prospect. He's doing fine, but
He'll be playing in the league next year.
I'm ready for a new sweep of players here, and then I'll come back for you.
Come back strong, buddy. Come back strong. Why? So you like Lonzo? Like you like Lonzo?
I absolutely love Lonzo Ball. And I'm sorry. I mean, I'm Lonzo stan. Like I think he's amazing. I think he will come back if he's healthy and really be a nice third option for a great basketball team.
Where do you think he goes?
I think he goes to San Antonio and just unlocks a little Wemby. Like that would be so much fun.
You want Lonzo and Trae Young?
Yes.
And San Antonio.
Yes. And just have Wemby make up for the defensive liabilities that is happening.
If Lonzo can get healthy, he's not a defensive liability. That is one thing he can do that his brother cannot.
Yeah. He can defend for sure.
He can defend.
Wemby, he's looking like a star.
He's probably defensive player of the year.
I mean, he's looking like he's going to be the face of the league kind of star, like trajectory one day.
Yeah, they're going to push Braun out next year. They're going to have a conversation and be like, hey.
You talking like you have Giannis, you have Luka, you have Wemby.
Well, he's got a 6-year option right now. Like he's decided to take either go to free agency. I just don't see. I think he needs to take it because I don't think anyone's gonna give him the money.
Who?
LeBron. I don't think he's gonna get the money. He's looking for like $30 million a year.
LeBron's only got one motivation right now, and that's just to play the last year with his son.
I know. Well, good luck with that. Dude. That's in 4 years, maybe.
Oh, you don't think Bronny's gonna get?
They're gonna get draft. They're gonna draft him out of like politics. They're not gonna draft him
They know
because
they
he's a
can
good
get
player.
LeBron. It's like, hey, we
Yeah.
got
Why would you
LeBron
want
here.
LeBron
No,
at
I'm
this
not-
stage in his career?
No,
Like,
I'm not saying that. I'm just
no, but I
it's
know
a
what you're
name.
saying.
It's tickets.
I'm not
it's
coming
a
after you.
drama.
This is the
Hey,
sports talk show.
I got you. I'm taking a back seat on the NBA, but I mean, it's LeBron's a name. You sell tickets. If you're a struggling franchise,
But he won't go. That's another part too. Is LeBron's he's so famous, that he can't unless it's Cleveland. But they're not bad enough. They don't need him. They don't want him. They're too good right now to want LeBron back.
No,
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a small market that like wants him or needs it.
I could see him. Give me one team. Everyone, give me one team. Who do you think, if like besides LA, where would he get? Like, where's one option?
Y'all ready? Memphis.
No.
Yeah. I could just see him. That would be just comedy. But I don't know how LeBron James would operate in the city of Memphis, Tennessee. I mean, the security, everything. I mean, same with Ja, but like, it really would be something. Give me Memphis as that small market team that he would go to and bring Bronny James with him.
Okay.
I don't know why they would right now, unless you lost some pieces next year. But the Knicks thing would make sense.
Knicks is what I was thinking. Knicks or Golden State?
Man, that's a lot of ego up there.
In Golden State.
Golden State, dude. They've talked about it. Him and Steph have talked about it.
Yeah.
So your
Run
lineup,
it through one time.
what would your lineup be? Steph, Clay. You have
Clay's
Bron.
gone.
Clay's gone.
Clay's gone. I think Draymond's gone too.
I think you keep Draymond, and if I think they'll keep one of the two.
Well, you're represented by Clutch, so like they have to stay together.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't know. And then I also thought like I could see him popping down to Dallas, but I don't think Dallas would ever do it. But we just got a new owner, and they're trying to build this. We're trying to build this this sports casino
True.
ballpark here, and so sales matters like more than anything else.
If you get LeBron as last year,
Yeah, like they already increased ticket prices for season ticket holders for the Dallas Mavs, and like there's a bunch of backlash on it. So right now it just feels like they're trying to get as much money as possible.
yeah,
And I can see, to Joseph's point, like
just the name.
just the name
Just to sell
itself.
tickets, yeah.
What else to sell tickets?
the last thing on the Lakers part of it, if there's one franchise, because they did it with Kobe, it made zero basketball sense for them to pay him. I understand the legacy, but when they paid him and they gave him that fat daddy contract to end his career, that was a shot heard around the world like, hey, we take care of our stars. And Jeannie has always talked about that.
Yeah.
So now, is she going to pony up one more time and put them back in another tough spot? Because you have one championship since then, and that's the bubble one.
Which has an asterisk by it, in my opinion.
Yep.
What? That's the hardest championship to win, y'all. Y'all not gonna sit here and do. Bro, bubble was nothing but hoops. Like you can't do anything. You can't have no little shorty over. You can't be. I mean, you could DoorDash some food, but that's it.
They were back to playing AAU ball.
You
That's
were
what they were
just
doing.
hooping. That was a incredibly mentally tough shit. But I'm saying that as a Laker guy. So
Yeah.
my fandom was showing. I'm sorry.
Like, but the thing is like, there's the home court advantages, that away games, like that
Yeah.
whole feeling has driven so many games left to right. I just don't think that was there.
I think the biggest part for me was it gave LeBron like what, 6 months rest or 4 months rest or something like that.
Yeah.
And in the middle of pretty much the last half or last third of the season or fourth of the season. And then he got to make a playoff push.
Yeah.
And that's why they won. Because he looked good. Because he was a little, beat up, banged up per usual, as the rest of the league was at
For
that
sure.
moment. But him getting a rest and ponying up one more time with AD, that push was tough.
Yeah.
Tough for the rest of the league.
Yeah. And honestly, like that's the kind of stories out of COVID that I miss, man. COVID was bad. Clear as day. COVID was bad. But man, I really enjoyed just like having very little to do at work and just watching basketball.
Yeah.
It was in the middle of the day.
Yeah, they'd run like 2:30 games.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Yeah.
I was just drinking coffee and working on my couch.
Just just watching Harden at 2:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That was, I mean, there was parts of Kobe where I was like, yeah, this is nice, man. This is the break that everyone wanted.
Yeah. That was the Suns' little run they had in the playoffs.
Yeah.
That was fun. Or not in the playoffs, but the end of the season. Well, boys, I think it's time to wrap it up.
Yeah.
We're about an hour. What do you got?
Thing before we head out, and I found your stat about 1 seeds versus 2 seeds.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
So this dates back to 1985. That's when the tournament expanded to 64 teams.
Okay.
This chart details the frequency of seeds making the Final Four and championship game and then winning the national championship. So the 1 seed has made the Final Four 60 times. They've made the championship game 37 times, and they've won the Natty 24 times.
Okay.
The 2nd seed has made the Final Four 32 times.
Oh, that's big.
They've won the championship 12 times, or they've made the championship game 12 times and won the national championship 5 times. So
That's a
the
lot.
difference.
Quite a bit of different.
Quite
Yeah.
a bit of a
Mm.
That was more
jump.
than I thought.
Yeah,
That was a lot more
especially
than I
in the
thought.
number of titles won. You're looking at 24 to 5. Like you making the Final Four is about a 50% reduction. It's a little less than that. But the big difference is winning the Natty is there's 21 differences. 21 a frequency of 21 between.
Well, there we go.
Dang.
Tennessee about to play hard in the tournament.
So you want that one?
Yeah, you want that one.
That one.
You want the one. The stats prove it.
Yeah. Because, I mean, the 8-9s are, I always feel like the 8-9s are never a team that's on the up and up.
They're
Like
always weird.
They're always pretty bad. Like they're talented, but like always, like Arkansas gets 8-9s, like they're talented, but they're just not quite going to get there.
Yeah.
Obviously they've had a couple good runs here and there, but the last couple of years, they've got a couple big seeds, but usually I kind of feel like they're like, oh, we can get some talent, but dang, man, we're not well coached. So those are the kind of teams that I always feel like that get the 8-9s, where they can beat you.
Yeah.
But for the most part, your 1 seeds that are just way better coached can kind of run through you. Y'all got anything else?
Nah, man, I think we just chatted it up, baby.
Chatted it up, baby. I love yous. That was a great weekend with you guys. Sorry, Joseph. I only had 2 extra tickets, man.
Nah, dude, I got no rooting interest, so you're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not a basketball guy.
That's
so,
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Love that.
shout out. This show's for the Johnsons, man. Thank y'all.
Hey, free clap one time.
Let's get it.
Chat it up. We love y'all. Appreciate you. You guys have a wonderful rest of the week. We out.
Peace.
But they just don't know.